Hey guys, what's going on? It's Josh Spencer from joshspencerfitness.com. Today I'm going to run through how to set up and use a really neat system called Streak. So it's pretty much a system that keeps track of all of your customers and where they are in the conversation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. And go over to Gmail. So in order to have Streak, you have to have a Gmail account. So if you don't have a Gmail account, go ahead and go now and sign up for it. And then once you are in your Gmail, all you have to do to download Streak, it's actually very simple to do. Go over to this little section right here, the Google Apps, click on that, go down to More. And then I already have Streak downloaded, that's why you see it there. But if you go to More Apps, it'll take you to a little marketplace here, and then just search for Streak. And there you go. So you'll find it right there. You can download it. Now, in the past, you only were able to download it using Google Chrome. That's not the case anymore. I downloaded it using Safari. There's directions on how you can do so when you're going through the download process for the app. So once you have Streak downloaded and set up, and there's a little tutorial that'll pop up as soon as you download it and add it. So you'll have to go in here and you'll have to add it. Then all you have to do is go down here and you'll see something called a pipeline, okay? And then you want to create your first pipeline, and to do that, just go over to New, and then bam. So what I'm going to focus on today are just a few of them. I just want to focus on the new customers pipeline and the the challenge prospects from Facebook posts. I think that's all we need to cover so far. I don't think we need to get into anything else yet, like challenge prospects from ads and coach prospects from ads. So that's a little more advanced stuff. I'll get into that later as I'm developing more training. But today, like I said, all I want to cover is the challenge prospects from posts and the new customers pipeline. So what is a pipeline? So this is very, very neat. We'll go to we'll go to the challenge prospects from posts. So what it is a system that literally keeps track of what stage the person you're talking to is in. So for example, if I make a post on Facebook about my Ultimate Man Cave, which is pretty much a group for just guys, and it's a very fitness related group, but we talk about all kinds of other things as well, such as cars and sports. We do fantasy football, and there's so many cool things about this group. But let's say I made a post talking about people joining if they wanted to join the Ultimate Man Cave. What I would do is, if someone would like it, or if they would comment on it that they were interested, I would actually put them in here as a lead. Now, how do you put them in here? It's very simple. First, if you just go to New Box, okay, and you see a little thing that popped up here, and then under name, obviously, let's just do this as an example, Josh. And then so I guess I got to back up a little bit so I can explain what these are up here. And these are just columns. And these are really cool. And to add columns, you just go to this little button right here. So the ones that I like to have, I think notes is already in there when you set it up. And notes, pretty much what that is just if you want to say anything, if something specific happened in a conversation with this person, or if you want to remember this person in any way, you can put down any types of notes that you want for that individual person, which is really, really cool. Next, I have date of last email. Okay, so this is actually a thing that is automatic. So once I have them connected to Streak through email, which I'll get to here in a little bit, then it'll tell me when the last time they emailed me was, which is really cool, and that's really important. And then I'll have days in the stage. So if they're in the lead stage, for example, let's say Josh is in the lead stage, which I'll show you how to put him in there in a second, then it'll say how long he's been in that stage. And then why is that important? Because obviously you don't want each person sitting in a stage very long. If you see that they're in there for a day, or maybe you have it a rule that you only allow people in a stage for a day or two, If you see that they're in there for 3 days, for example, then you know that you need to follow up with that person and check in with them. I like to have that one. And again, that's an automatic one. Date of email is an automatic one. And you can see that by little stars here. I like to have a Facebook link. So every person that I talk to, I like to connect with them on Facebook. I think it's really important for business, for my business specifically. So if I have someone in the email that I'm not connected with on Facebook, I'll actually message them and say, hey, can we connect on Facebook? I'll get their information, and then I'll go to their profile, I'll copy their link, and this is where I put it. Okay, so for example, with Josh, which is me, I'll just put www.facebook.com/Spence8. Okay, so that's my Facebook profile, and that's it. So then you'll see a little link that pops up. So anytime that I want to just go talk to this person, I can just go and click on that link. And then I have a little box here. And if I'm actually Facebook friends with them, then I'll check it. If I'm not, then I'll keep it unchecked. But my goal is to make sure that I'm friends with every single person, okay? So how do you add these? These are very simple. There's all kinds. Again, just go over to this plus sign. Freeform is pretty much just whatever you want. That's what I use to create the Facebook link one. I use the checkbox to create the Facebook friends. There's all kinds of other things you can do in here, which you see. The magic columns, which are ones that are pretty much just automatic, are right here. And you just go down, and there's so many different ones you can choose from. The ones that I use, days and stage, I like that one. And then date of last email, again, because I want to keep track of how long it's been since I last talked to this person. So if I want to move people from a different stage, so right now, Josh, me, whatever, is in the no response stage. I want to move him up to the lead stage. So I'll click on that, and I'll go back and show you. So click on this little thing right here, go up to stage, and then just click on lead, and that's it. And if you go back, and now I'm in the lead stage. Okay, so I want to show you guys the pipeline setup that I have for the challenge prospects. So one, lead is obviously if I've messaged them, or if they have shown interest in the challenge group that I posted on Facebook, and I put them in a lead. After I have messaged or emailed them for the first time, then I'll put them in this stage. And then in that email, and then the next email is for them to make me their coach. And then once they do that, I'll move them to the next stage. And then once I talk about the importance of a challenge pack or just a program or Shakeology in order to get into the group, and I sent them the link to purchase, then I'll put them in this one. And you can create this very simply, guys. And all you got to do is just click on it, and then you can edit it any way you want. Okay. And then after that, after they purchased, then I add them to the group. Now, if they don't respond after maybe a couple attempts of me reaching out to them, so maybe they stopped at the purchase stage, then I'll put them in the no response, and then I'll keep following up with them maybe once every few weeks. And if I still don't hear from them, I'll probably stop contacting them after probably 3 or 4 times and not hearing back. So it's a really, really neat little thing. Something else you could do is you can change the color. So I have all kinds of different colors set up, not for this one. I just created this one just a few minutes ago. But for like my Beachbody Leads one, which I'm not going to get into right now, but I'm going to go back to this, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you want to change the color, just go up here to this little settings thing, and then you can also rename it and stuff there. You can change the color to anything you want, right? So if I want to choose, let's do the blue. And then if I want to do it to the second one, I just go over here. And let's do green. So you guys get the idea. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think there's really any point to changing the colors, but it's a neat little thing you could do just in case you like certain colors. I don't know. So next, I want to move on to the customers. Okay, so this is so important, guys, because when I first started as a Beachbody coach, I had a major major issue where I had no system of following up with anybody that was signing up for me. There was a point where I was signing up, I kid you not, about 120 new people added me as coaches, or added me as a coach a week. 120, and I had no system, no streak or anything. And I seriously lost probably thousands and thousands of people, which is awful. But you live and learn. Here I am, and I have a really good system now. But anyway, so this is if I ever have a new customer. So if someone signs up for me, with me as their coach, and obviously it's not from like the challenge prospects from the post that I made on Facebook, but just signed up with me as a customer, I will put them right into this lead wheel right here, okay, or this pipeline. So as soon as they sign up, it's a lead, and then I'll send them a welcome email. Okay, so number one, not number one, but number two. This number, by the way, is how many people are actually in there right now. I haven't moved over a lot of my customers yet. I just started using Streak just about a week ago. But anyway, so then I send them a welcome email, okay? And then once I do that, then I connect with them on Facebook. And as soon as I've connected with them on Facebook and added them as a friend, then I'll go ahead and put them in this little section here. And then I will invite them to a support group. So maybe this is a challenge group, maybe it's the Ultimate Man Cave, or maybe it's like my customer group that I have, where all of the people who sign up with me as their coach, they'll get put into this group. So I'll put them in that. That's actually something, if you're a Beachbody coach, something that you might want to consider doing is having like your own little support group or customer group where you can post a ton of value and post a ton of tips for people who are going through various Beachbody programs or using our products. So that's cool. And then I have a follow-up system. Like I have 4 follow-ups set up. I think it's once every week. Yeah, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And I have a certain email or a certain script, which I'll get to in a minute, on what I send to these people, okay? So, and then after all of that, eventually, if I feel like that they have the potential to be a good coach, then I'll put them in this right here. Okay, so I actually have a coach prospects pipeline. That's not something I'm going to get into yet, but I'm going to show you how to use something called snippets, which pretty much is just a script, okay? So I'm going to go back to my email. And by the way, if you have someone, I'll do this first, and this is Heba is actually a Beachbody lead of mine. So if you have someone that emailed you that's not in your Streak system yet, just click on this little thing right here. And then I'm going to add Heba to Beachbody Leads pipeline. And then and when it's orange, that tells me that she's already in a pipeline, which is really, really cool. Okay, so if I go over to Beachbody Leads, there she is right there. Okay, so if I want to email that person, all I have to do is just, again, I just go to this thing, this little button, click on that, and then I can go ahead and email her. I can add any notes. The email is right here. So email all, just click on that. And while we're here, this is where I want to show you how to use snippets, okay? So this is really, really neat. So snippets, again, are just pretty much scripts, okay? So, and by the way, I have a little cool little thing, signature here where people can connect with all my social media. This is on every single one of my emails. But anyways, if you go to snippets down here, you'll see it down here. Hopefully you can see that. You know what? I'm going to just in case. So there we go. So you can see the snippets right here. If you click on snippets, go to manage snippets, and this is so cool. All right. So a snippet, again, is a strip for like the 3rd time. What you could do, so if I want to create a new snippet, so let's say that for the, let's say, so I click on create new snippet. I'm going to name it first email for challenge prospects or something like that. So this is actually what I would put in the pipeline. You choose the pipeline that you want to put it in. And I choose, where is it at? No, not that one either. Geez, out. Challenge prospects from posts. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So then what you do is you go down here and you literally just write out whatever it is that you want to send to this person. Okay. So let's say this is going to be a sample thing. I don't want to write out something new. Sample, yee-haw. Okay. So that's it. So now once I click done, well, actually now it's automatically saved. Okay. It's saved in here. You'll see it right here. First email for challenge prospects. I'll click on done. And then once I go back to this email section, I just go back to the script, the snippets, and then bam, I can just scroll through here and I can choose which one I want. So if I want that first email for challenge prospects, I just click that. And there you go. Sample, ye, see-haw. I didn't mean to put see-haw, but that works too. So anyways, you guys get the idea. It's really, really neat. I have snippets for almost every single pipeline, and I'm still making snippets because there's so many different things that can happen in a conversation. I do this because it saves me a ton of time. And that's something you don't want to do. So you don't want to have to keep sending the same email over and over and over and over again to people, or answer the same questions over and over again. You don't want to do that. It's just a waste of time. So if you can go ahead and just create a snippet to where it's automatically saved, and you just go to snippets, click on it, and it automatically puts it up. Obviously, you want to personalize it a little bit by putting their name or whatnot, but it makes it so much easier, and it's such a time saver. Okay, so this is just an incredible system. Again, the ones that I recommend that you guys do, if you're a Beachbody coach, challenge prospects from posts, which would be like Facebook posts. And then new customers. Yeah, so that's it. Now, I'm going through here, and I want to make sure. So programs, I want to explain this real quick. So whenever I have a new customer, one of the first emails that I send them is, what programs are you using, or what workout program? So a lot of people will say P90X. So what I'll do is, once I add the person to this certain section, I'll go ahead and under programs, I'll put P90X. It allows me to keep track of what they're doing. And if they're using Shakeology, I'll have a checkbox. And then obviously more notes, data, last email, the stuff that was in the columns that were in the other pipeline as well. So again, there's so many different things. You know what? I'll go through one more. One of the coolest things I love about this is the daily task list. Okay, so I created this myself. Really, this isn't what Streak is for, but I guess Streak is for so many different things. But I like to create my own task list for this, just to keep me on track. So, for example, I have a list of things that I need to do every single day. I have an assistant, Erin. I have a list for her to do every single day. But I'm going to go back to mine. And by the way, she has access to my Streak, so she'll go ahead and she'll go and check mark the completed once she completes that for the day. But so every single day I like to go through this. And so today is Thursday. Haven't done this yet. Personal development, the coaching tip, so I can go through and I'll mark whether I completed that or not. And then once I'm done with the day, I'll just uncheck them and then move on to the next day. Okay. So it's very simple to do that. Again, all you have to do is click on this button right here, and just, you can keep this name, whatever, and just name it what you want. Click on the plus button, and you can add a free form. No, not a free form. Add a checkbox, okay? And just name the checkbox completed. And then once you complete it, go ahead and put a check mark there. So I highly, highly recommend that you guys use Streak, not just for the pipelines and keeping track of your new customers and your challenge prospects, but as a daily list as well. Just make sure that you have Streak open at all times. So whenever you're working, you're on your computer, have Streak open so that when you're talking to someone, you can plug them right into the system, or you know exactly where they are in the system. So I have it open always. It's important for my business. This structure, this organization is so crucial to your success. And if you keep building the business and you get to the point to where your business is a massive, massive organization where you have tons of people coming to you wanting help, tons of people making you their coach, tons of people wanting to join challenge groups, then you're going to want to make sure that you have a system in place before that happens. So this will be very important to have. So guys, that's it. Again, I'm Josh Spencer. I'm a top and elite Beachbody coach. Been doing this for a long time. A lot of experience in the business. I love what I do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Comment below. Give me a thumbs up on the video if you found it helpful. Website's joshspencerfitness.com. And that is it, guys. I will talk to you later. See ya.